Andrew S. here, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the brand new album from Tyr, Battle Ballads. Now this opener is just freaking badass. I absolutely love how this opens with Hammered, and that's what you really get. It's just hammered right off the bat. You got these tearing lead and rhythms throughout, thundering drums that hammer down on an anvil. Very explosive, very potent. I love the production on them. Not overwhelming, but you get to feel a lot of what they do. You really get to feel the snare hits as well, which I'll be talking about throughout this video. But not long before, Harry Jonsson delivers his Viking vocal strength. I really like what he's capable to do on vocals and what he delivers. He adds just so much to this song and so much power to it, and it really helps to elevate the memorable chorus. I really just like how this album starts off with Hammered, and it continues to drive forward with a great pace, great melodies as we go into a pair of really good songs I liked coming up after Hammered. Unwandered Ways and Dragons Never Die. Both really good songs. I kind of put them together because of the way they felt. They have this quite gleeful melodies, which isn't totally new for Tyr, that they have these sort of upbeat, up-paced, sort of, you know, more vibrant, I don't know if I want to say happy, but that's why I said gleeful sort of melodies. They're bright and happy to a degree, but I would say they're more so rare now than in the past. But both have some, you know, several really damn catchy hooks throughout both, especially in the choruses. They're very captivating choruses. We get some signature Tyr technical nuances throughout that really add some depth to the songs, that really add some nice dynamic as well. And we got a few new additions to the atmosphere, I felt, which certainly heightened the experience of both tracks. But this album just really rolls on, you know, Hammered, Unwandered Ways, Dragons Never Die. It just, there's so much momentum, so much, you know, hooks and everything to this album, and pace, energy just keeps rolling and rolling, and we roll right into this one of my favorites. I definitely really like this one. I highly recommend Row. This is, you know, again, the title is straightforward, and that's what you get, is something straightforward. It has this godlike roaring presence in the intro that's just really kind of almost intimidating, you know, and it's attached to some very powerful rhythms and hammering drums, especially that skull bashing snare that I mentioned. I like the volume from that. It really hits hard and really kind of helps boost the song's power and energy. I love everything that the lead guitars do, and along with Harry Jonsson, there's just so much melody in Row. There's so much melody and power from these first four songs. But one thing I wanted to mention is, about the drums, and this one I really kind of picked up on some subtleties, was it might not seem like the drums are doing all that much here, or all that, you know, a lot, but they really made Row feel very hard-hitting and aggressive, and do more, and do, you know, they do really plenty for the guitars. I felt in Row. I just like the subtleties of them, and it really felt like I said, the snare is hard-hitting. It really amplifies some of the chords, some of the notes, and the power and potency behind the songs. Especially in Row, I picked up some of the, just how it was relaxed, but at the same time it delivered quite a bit. So right off the bat, we got these really awesome Tyr songs, these first four. Then we kind of go into what Tyr does traditionally, and I feel like it's kind of expected on every album, which I'm pretty sure, actually I know it is, you know, Tyr delivers these Farisi traditional type songs, whether it's a ballad or another type of faster paced song. But a lot of times they do the ballads that are Farisi traditional types, and these two songs kind of go together. Is, I'm going to try to pronounce these as best I can, Torkils do Tur and Val Comenir for Yingar. You know, I felt like they both hit powerfully what they do traditionally, with the Farisi atmosphere and the emotion that's captured within both of them. To me, that always adds a fresh and unique dynamic to their albums, something else to sink your teeth into, something that's a little different. And I felt like it kind of gives the album some flavor when they do these types of songs on their albums. And I really felt like one thing is I always feel about when they do these traditional songs is how potent the ballads are. You really get to feel a lot of emotion out of Harry Jonsson's vocals and what he delivers, and the atmosphere is really dynamic and cool as well. So there's there's quite a bit to absorb from those types of songs, and like I said, it shakes up the music and atmosphere a little bit on the albums, gives you something extra to take a listen to. Now I'm going to jump down to a really awesome song, Axes. This one just, attacks and bludgeons hard, just like an axe wielder, with abrasive guitars and drums. The lead, shreds at times, with like an axe peeling the flesh from the bone. But Harry Junson's vocals, I really felt deep down his intensity, his passion, brings the lyrics to life, especially during the chorus where he and the guitars hit notes simultaneously. I've always really liked Harry Junson's capabilities. He knows, like I said, as the ballads, he knows how to come back and be a bit softer, and do that role, and sometimes be more intense, more aggressive, a little edgy here or there. But he has such a dynamic voice and knows, what to do, where to do it, and really help the songs so much. And I think he does an absolutely awesome job, not just on his album, but Axes. It's just a kick-ass song. I really like that one. But I also really like the closing track on the album as well. What I like most about Cosa Latronum Normum Normum, that was a bit of a tricky one to say as well. But this one I really like. What stood out to me I really liked was the bass. The bass really got to be predominant, kind of plodded along a little bit, set the tone, set this heavy platform with the rhythms. And I really like having the bass have its, its singular moments. And I felt like that it gave, the bass kind of having its moments, gave the drums a bit of an opportunity to have some creative rhythmic patterns, let the rhythms do things. And then you also get to hear the lead a little bit, the vocals, with the bass kind of just doing its, kind of being the platform, being the core of the song to a degree. And I really felt like that kind of allowed everything else in the song to expand on its own as well. So I thought that was really a well done idea, and musicianship and composition there, creating this track this way. I really like it. Just allowed the instruments to expand and grow, and the song to grow as it evolved as well. You can kind of, when you do that, you can kind of gradually add things and build it off of like just a bass and drum going, and then you kind of add little things, and it really kind of, I think, allows the listener to pick up every single facet of the song. So I thought they did a great job on the closing track there. Cosa Latronum Normum Normum. That's the best I can do. But I hope you guys, feel free to check out Tears Battle Ballads. Really like this album. I have it way up there on my top 10 already for this year. Really enjoyable album. It's a bit shorter, I think, than some of their other albums, but I like the speed behind it. So many hooks and melodies to really soak up, and so many little nuances. It's a fun album, a lot of energy, really kind of gets you going. And like I said, the ballads are nice to sort of, lean back and listen to and enjoy as well. So there's a lot of variety out of Battle Ballads. And of course, all the links will be in the description below to where you can get the album and listen to the songs I've mentioned. Of course, I got my other channels, and my merch page, I always forget to mention, will be down there. So feel free to check out some Tear and Battle Ballads. And until next time, folks, how about some heavy listening?